Today for math class, we're going to be working on looking at different word problems and figuring out how we know what symbol to use when we're calculating and how to get to our total. We're also going to be looking at counting by tens and being able to count bigger numbers using counting by tens and adding the ones. So our first equation is going to be a word problem, and it says, Miss Carr eats 10 donuts. Definitely sounds like Miss Carr. She would definitely eat 10 donuts. Later, Miss Carr ate 5 more donuts. How many donuts did she eat in all? In order for me to find this out, I have to identify the two addends. Remember, we talked about addends being the numbers. So what are my two numbers in this equation? I have 10 and I have 5. I know I'm adding together because the equation's right here, but if I didn't have the equation on me, I can know that I'm adding because it says the word more. So I'm eating more, which means my number is going to be getting bigger. So when my number is getting bigger, that's when I'm adding and using addition. So to help me, I'm going to type my numbers in. So I have 10 donuts. I'm adding because I ate more. How many more did I eat? 5. And they want to know how many did I eat in all. So in all means my total. How much did I eat all together? So that means I'm going to be adding. You guys can either use manipulatives if you have something that you can count in front of you. If you have 10 things you can count and add 5 more together, you can definitely do that. You can use your fingers. You can use touch point. You can use your mind, or you can use your calculator. But either way, you're going to type in the number 10, 5, and equals. So you have 10 plus 5 equals blank. I'm going to use my calculator. So I'm going to type in, nope, it's hard to see it that way. So I'm going to type in 10 plus 5 equals, and I get the number 15. Make sure you do it 2 times so you make sure that you add it correctly. Then, whatever your total was here, you're going to be putting it down to your word problem because it wants to know she ate blank donuts. My total was 15, so I'm going to put 15 right here. So you're going to have to do 2 word problems like this. You're going to identify the numbers, put them in the equation, and find the total. The next half portion of your assignment is to be looking at our tens and ones. Let me zoom this out a little bit. So you'll have some number blocks here, and you'll have choices for answers to choose from. Now remember, when we're doing our tens and ones, the big blocks are worth 10, and the little blocks are worth 1. So we always count our big blocks first. And when we're counting the big blocks, we're counting by 10. And it's important to remember how to count by tens and to keep practicing it because when we work with money, our coins that are worth 10 cents is a dime. So when we're counting up change, we have to be really good at counting by tens. So I'm going to first count how many big blocks I have. I have 1 big block, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to go to my first equation and put 4. But I didn't count by tens yet, so I'm going to use my number line to count by tens. You can choose to use a number line and write out a number line on a piece of paper to help you answer your questions, or you can just count it with your finger. So I'm going to use my finger, so I'm going to go 10, 20, 30, 40. So my number that goes here is 40. If you want to use the number line, you could go this way and go, because you know that you have 4. So you're going to count 4 lines. 10, 20, 30, 40. So I have 40 right here with the big blocks. And my little blocks, I'm just going to count by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure I put my numbers down so I know what I'm adding. And once you get to this part is when you are going to either use a calculator, your mind, or your fingers. So you can start with going 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. This should be a review. It's just a little different because we're going to be working on it online. So give it your best shot. I know it's sometimes easier when we have the blocks in front of us, but I think you guys are going to do such a great job on this. If you have any questions, give me an email. Bye, guys.